I'm Jeanette, Vice President of Marketing at Hounds here at NECA in Chicago. And I am so excited to be interviewing Candace Roberts from Jonard Tools. I am so happy to see you in person too. I feel like we've interacted a lot virtually, and I've been so grateful that we've been able to collaborate a lot in Hounds and on social media platforms. And so it's so exciting to see you here. Tell me a little bit about what Jonard is doing over at your booth and how you're feeling about NECA in Chicago this year.
Yeah, NECA's been great. Our booth has been busy so far. We've been doing some challenges, which I think, a little shout out to InPower Electric, Nehemiah over there. He gave us the idea of doing challenges. So we have a cable where we use our RC600 ratcheting cable cutter. And these guys are going against each other, basically timing each other on who can be the fastest. So far, the time to beat was 8 seconds. So that was huge. And then we also have prepping and terminating a Cat 5e pass-through connector, and that was also a race. And then someone was also training for fusion splicing. We had Splicey Julie there. And shout out to Tad Tech for the Cat 5e cable. He's the one that ran that challenge. And Splicey Julie did a fusion splicing where she demoed how to splice fiber. And then if anyone got it successfully and had under a 3 loss, they also won a prize. So that drove a lot of traffic over here. I think everyone was excited to compete against each other. So that was an awesome new initiative we did, yeah.
And I'm sure you're posting a lot of this on social media, so we can check it out. And you guys are very, very good at social media. That is something that I am just so much respect toward you and your team for everything you've been doing. Is really, really unique.
Thank you.
And it's so bold, and I love that. I love that you just are not afraid to try things, and it works.
Thank you.
You really, really do a good job. So tell me, let's start by looking at your role, because I feel like you just do everything. So what is your actual job at Jonard?
Yeah, so I started as a social media manager, and from there I was also running our website, our advertisements and all of that, maintaining our Google ads and our Facebook ads performance, working with blogs and overseeing our team with the trade shows. So it became pretty consuming, and that's why we were looking to hire a new social media manager. And that's where we hired Colin. And now my role is solely looking over the social media team, overviewing or overseeing the social media ads, including PPC as Google, and then running the website. So I do a lot with optimizing the website for digital and mobile. And then from there, I also oversee our blogs and all of our PR. I still oversee the trade shows, and then I also work with our graphics team so that we can create sales materials for our sales teams too. Yeah.
And I wonder about this because I feel at Trade Hounds, I feel like we're all so lucky that we have a lot of creative freedom.
Yeah.
But not a lot of companies do. And when I look at your brand and what you've done, I'm always wondering, I wonder if you guys push the envelope a lot. Do you guys get, what's the feedback you're getting from up above at Jonard? Do they just let you do all this, or is it do you have to convince them to let you try all these cool trends?
Yeah, so I love our VP. Our VP of marketing and sales, his name is Randy. When I first came in, he was I want to be Wendy's. I want to go in there. Yes. And he's that matches the industry. You don't go onto these job sites. None of these guys go onto these job sites, and it's not prim and proper. They're roasting each other. It's more of a brotherhood. He's go on and be Wendy's and have that fun humor with them. And honestly, I've always been a little sassy in my life, so I thought it was the perfect fit for me. And when I was going on social media when I first came in, a couple years ago, I saw no one had the magic sauce. No one knew what content was working for everybody. So I was just let me just make some spaghetti, throw it at the wall, and see what sticks. So yeah, we push the envelope a little time. Sometimes it's a little bit more raunchy. Sometimes it's just a little bit more professional. We just do A/B testing really with our content. Yeah.
Well, really props to you because it sticks.
Thank you.
A lot of it, I honestly, I can't remember if I've ever been oh, that didn't work. In which a lot of times when you're being creative, at least for us, there's times where I've made something, I'm yeah, that didn't really work out. Because it's just part of it. You try something out and it just doesn't work. But I feel with you guys, everything you do is it's so funny. And it's so you're so on top of the trends urgently.
Yeah.
Like you guys are like, do you sleep ever? Or like, how are you, how are you so fast at creating content that responds to all the social media trends?
Yeah, so a little bit about me. Before I even started at Jonard, I actually ran a meme account. So I would be searching
That
for
makes
memes
sense.
and trends and all of that. And I kind of just, I don't know how to describe it, but you fall down a rabbit hole. And I found that a lot of trends, oddly enough, were starting on Facebook first, and then you would see them on Instagram. So I became like a huge boomer when in that instance, where I was just like floating on Facebook all the time. And then when I had a meme account, I would relay it back on Instagram. And then everyone thought I was like this trendsetter. Of course, sometimes I would also create my own. But for now, it's more like I have a whole group chat with friends who's also like very passionate about memes. We have Colin over there that also has the same humor as me. That's mostly why I hired him. And then we just go back and forth, and we're just like, oh, we can twist it to match us in this regard. And then the content just like, I don't know, it just comes natural, I guess.
Yeah.
You know?
One of the things that we joke about at Trade Hounds is that, like, if you look at our Trade Hounds official account in our app, or if you look at our Trade Hounds account, like in Instagram,
Yeah.
I don't think anybody would look at that and be like, oh, a 23-year-old woman made that. And Claire is the one who makes a lot of those memes.
Right.
And we joke a lot about how funny it is that when you look at these accounts, like you would never think that like a woman is behind this.
Yes, yes. I love your guys' memes. I think they're hilarious. I love the movie clips that you guys pull. And then the captions just do great too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all Claire. She's a genius.
She's awesome.
And
Great.
I think like something too when you look at the Jonard stuff, like I think people maybe like assume that because this is like such a male dominated industry and a lot of you're talking about like tools and all this kind of stuff that like I don't know that people know like that you're the one behind it. So like how does that feel, I guess, being a woman in a male dominated industry when you're creating content that needs to resonate with like mostly male viewers?
Yeah, I kind of like it. You know, it's kind of shocking them. I think for me, it wasn't too hard because I had a brother that was like doing all of this. I would listen to him playing video games with his friends, and like some of the things that he just said just like stuck to me. So then I had a great relationship with him, and I still do. So I treat the content as if I'm going in front of him and I'm pitching it to him. So I do like when the guys come up being like, who's the dude that's running your account? And I'm like, I'm the dude, you know, and it kind of shocks them. It's a lot of fun. I just think women, we do place a lot of limits on each other. Like we don't think our humor will match, or we think we'll overstep. And a lot of that is based off of psychology as well. So I don't know if you know about it, but like we have like more activity in terms of like our anterior cortex. And basically it's a hormonal thing. And so what that means is women will see negativity, and we'll base every single negative thing that's ever happened to us and place limits on each other or on ourselves so that we don't repeat that. It's actually...
That's fascinating.
Yeah. And that's actually, it's called, everyone does it. It's called negativity bias in psychology. So anytime, we all harp on what's negative and never what's positive. So what I do with my content is I'm like, what's the worst that can happen? Someone unfollows me, oh no. I'm also gonna get like 10 other followers from it of someone that's gonna relate to my humor. So I don't mind dropping a couple flies and then getting like a whole meal from it, you know? So, yeah.
I love that approach. I think that's it really mirrors your whole bold approach to everything. Like, I feel like ever since I met you as a person, and then the brand that you manage, like, it's bold and it feels confident and it feels funny. Like, do you ever feel like, are you really that confident? How do you do that?
Honestly, I guess so. You know, a lot of it is just like life is too short to be caring of like what other people do. And no matter what you do in your life, you're going to have someone that hates it, someone that doesn't like what you're talking about, you know, and it's just like at the end of the day, do you like yourself and do you like the content that you push out? And that's all that matters. And with negativity bias, a lot of like my confidence actually stems from psychology and understanding how our brain functions and works, and the thoughts and actions that we do all relates to certain instances. So I always go back and say, well, I'm not going to place a limit on myself because I know my brain is trained to act in this way, and I'm going to go against it. And at the end of the day, with negativity bias, we harp on the negatives. But if you consider all of the people that love your content, all of the friends that you have to support it, you're never going to like hold yourself back again. So it's just one of those things to take a step back, look at yourself and say, for all the haters I have 10 lovers too. You know, and I'm always just going to base myself off of that. And if someone doesn't like it, then it wasn't meant to happen, you know, and I respect those people. I wish them the best, you know, and all of that. But I also know that there's another guy coming in cheering me on too. And I'm going to focus on that guy and continue to build that connection, or gal, you know.
Well, that's amazing advice. You are wonderful.
Thank you.
I can't thank you enough for taking the time to come sit with us.
Yes.
And I love working with you guys. I
Same
know that
here.
you'll see a lot more Jonard giveaways and cool tools and stuff on Trade Hounds. But if you don't already follow Jonard, make sure that you do, because it'll really just brighten your day, which I really appreciate. You bring a lot of smiles to my face. So thank you for sharing your positivity and your great advice for women and also everyone in the trades.
Yeah, and I want to give a shout out to you guys too. You guys were one of the first adopters of Jonard, and you guys like gave us a chance. You guys were hilarious. And I remember just communicating, and it was just like reaching out in DM, and you guys were just so open, like, yeah, let's get together. And that's when no one knew who we were. We were just starting out. So I just want to say thank you guys for just being like the friends of the industry and actually having a fun platform. I know other people are like, I don't want another app on my phone. You're going to get another app one day. Like, it doesn't matter. In a couple of years, there might be a new social media app that comes out. I'm telling you, just download this one and have it on there. And if you don't want another app on your phone, get rid of one that you're not using, because we all have one. So yeah, I just want to say thank you guys so much.
You're the best. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful rest of your Nika.
Yeah, you too. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.